Everyone says a mother's love is unconditional, but sometimes that love is taken for granted until it's too late. Ethan Parker grew up in a small town with his mother, Linda. She was a single mum who worked day and night just to give him a good life. She never bought new clothes for herself, never went out with friends, and never complained. All she wanted was to see her son smile. Every night, no matter how tired she was, she would quietly open Ethan's door, kiss his forehead, and whisper, "You're my reason to keep going." But as Ethan grew older, he stopped noticing. When he became a teenager, everything changed. He started to feel embarrassed by her old clothes and simple ways. When his friends talked about their expensive vacations and new phones, Ethan stayed silent. One day he yelled at her, "Why can't you just get a better job?" Linda smiled softly and said, "I'm trying, Ethan. Everything I do is for you." But he didn't believe her. He rolled his eyes and walked away, leaving her standing alone in the kitchen. That night, she stared at the bills on the table and whispered to herself, "Maybe one day he'll understand." Years passed. When Ethan got into college, Linda was the happiest mother in the world. She cried tears of joy and used all her savings to pay his admission fees. She hugged him tightly before he left and said, "Don't forget to call me, okay?" Ethan nodded, barely looking up from his phone. At first, she called every day, asking, "Did you eat, sweetheart? Are you sleeping well?" He used to reply politely, but slowly, her calls started to annoy him. Soon, he began ignoring them completely. Her text messages went from long, loving paragraphs to short, hopeful notes. "Good luck on your exam. I made your favorite soup today. Proud of you always." Most of those messages were never answered. When Ethan turned 21, his mother sent him a handmade sweater and a birthday card that said, "You'll always have a home where someone loves you more than you know." He never opened the package. That night, while celebrating with friends, he saw her call and pressed decline. Linda looked at the phone and smiled sadly. "He must be busy," she said to herself, but her heart ached quietly. Years later, Ethan graduated, found a good job, and moved to the city. He sent his mum money sometimes, thinking that was enough. Linda never complained. She kept his childhood pictures on the fridge and told her neighbours proudly, "My son is doing so well." One winter morning, Linda decided to visit him by surprise. She packed his favourite cookies, a warm blanket, and their old photo album. When Ethan opened the door, his smile disappeared. "Mum, what are you doing here?" she said cheerfully. "I missed you, sweetheart. I thought I'd surprise you." But Ethan looked embarrassed. "Mum, you should have called first. I've got friends coming over." Her smile faded, but she nodded. "Of course, honey. I'll just stay for a little while." She sat quietly while he scrolled through his phone. When she tried to talk, he answered in short sentences. After a while, he said, "Mum, maybe we can catch up another time, okay? I'm really busy today." Linda forced a small smile and said softly, "You're doing great, Ethan. I'm proud of you." Then she left. He didn't even walk her to the bus stop. Weeks passed. One day, Ethan realized his mother hadn't called or texted in a while. He thought, maybe she's finally stopped worrying so much. Then one afternoon, he got a call from his hometown hospital. "Mr. Parker, your mother has been admitted. You should come immediately." His heart dropped. When he reached the hospital, he saw her lying on the bed, weak and pale, an oxygen mask on her face. He rushed to her side. "Mum." Her eyes opened slowly and she smiled. "Ethan, you came." Tears filled his eyes. "I'm so sorry, Mum. I should have been here." She gently touched his cheek and whispered, "You're here now, and that's all that matters." 3 days later, she passed away peacefully in her sleep. When Ethan went back to her little house, everything was exactly as she'd left it. Her apron on the chair, the photo of them on the table, and a sealed letter on her bed with his name written on it. He opened it with trembling hand. "My dearest Ethan, if you're reading this, it means my time has come. Being your mother was the greatest gift of my life. I know I couldn't give you everything you wanted, but I gave you everything I had. Don't feel guilty for anything, my boy. Just promise me one thing. Live with kindness and never take love for granted. You are and always will be my heart. Love, Mum." Ethan pressed the letter to his chest and cried harder than he ever had before. In that moment, he finally understood what real love meant. It wasn't money, it wasn't gifts. It was the quiet sacrifices, the sleepless nights, the warmth in every simple act of care. Months later, Ethan left his city job and moved back home. He started a small charity in her name to help single mothers and children in need. Every year, on her birthday, he visits her grave, lays flowers, and reads her favourite quote out loud. "You'll always have a home where someone loves you more than you know." He looks up at the sky and whispers, "I love you, Mum. I see it now. I really do." Because sometimes we don't realise the value of a mother's love until she's gone. And when that love is taken for granted, the silence she leaves behind becomes the loudest sound in your heart.